All right, Shabbat Shalom, good morning. Thank you for joining us on the Temple Beth Abraham live stream of our Saturday morning services on YouTube and Facebook Live. We're going to begin with a prayer of thanksgiving that we wake up and are here every morning. Modeani lefanecha melech chai v'kayam Shehechazarta b'nishmati bechemla Rabba emunatecha. Right, to page 73, the morning blessings. If you were here, you'd be standing up. You certainly can do whatever you want in your own home, but page 73. Baruch atah Eloheinu l'chalam, asher natan l'sechti v'ina l'vchin ben yom u'ben layla. Baruch atah Eloheinu l'chalam, shesani b'tzalmo. Baruch atah Eloheinu l'chalam, shesani Yisrael. Baruch atah Eloheinu l'chalam, shesani ben chorim. Baruch atah Eloheinu l'chalam, pokech ivrim. Baruch atah Eloheinu l'chalam, abi sharumim. Baruch atah Eloheinu l'chalam, atir asurim. Baruch atah Eloheinu l'chalam, zokef kefufim. Baruch atah Eloheinu l'chalam, l'kar alat hamayim. Baruch atah Eloheinu l'chalam, Salikot Sarki, Baruch atah Eloheinu l'chalam, hamechim mitzadik gaver, Baruch atah Eloheinu l'chalam, oter Yisrael b'gvura, Baruch atah Eloheinu l'chalam, oter Yisrael b'tifara, Baruch atah Eloheinu l'chalam, hanoten li'ayev koach. Udine yom b'chol yom, l'chenu chesed v'rachamim b'yanecha v'nekoroinu, v'tiklenu chasadim tovim, Baruch atah Adonai, gomel chasadim tovim le'amo Yisrael, Yirtzon Adonai elai v'la'avotai. Shurim tov chelkenu, manayim goralenu, ma'afayr shatenu, asher shanachnu mashkimim marivim, erav vocher omrim pamayim bechol yom, Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad, v'chenkenu le'olam va'ed. Kadesh et shimcha makdash shemecha, v'kadesh b'elamecha, v'shuchatcha atarim tavir karnenu, Baruch atah Adonai, v'kadesh et shimcha barabim. Sharing a commentary in our Eitz Chaim Chumash regarding the holiness of the Kohanim, the priests. The Torah portion is about them, rules for them, including whether or not they come into contact with the dead, and who can serve as priests, who can offer ritual offerings. Well, this is a commentary by Rabbi Jacob Isaac of Lublin. Declare these rules to the Kohanim because they are descendants of Aaron. Remind them that their distinctiveness is based on their forebears, not on their own merit. And let them pass on to their children the importance of that lineage and the obligation to be worthy of it. Actually, that's Samson Raphael Hirsch, that part. Now, Jacob Isaac of Lublin, tell the Kohanim to be sons of Aaron indeed, and not only in descent, pursuers of peace and reconciliation, as Aaron was. Page 84, Yiratzon mifanecha Adonai Eloheinu v'elhavotenu shetziten chatzinu b'dortecha v'nim mitam rev shalom Aaron HaKohen rev shalom v'rev shalom v'hevat the real Korban LaTorah. Skipping through the Psalm for Shabbat, page 87, Psalm 92. Mizmor shir le'om HaShabbat, tov l'Adonai l'mer l'shimcha elyon. Tzadika tamar yifrach, ke'erez balanon yizkeh shetulim, bebeit Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrihu. Od yenugun beseva, deshenim verananim yehu lehagid, ki ashar Adonai tzuri velo avatabo. Page 95. And it's more Shir Chanukat Abayit Ledavim. Man Yisrael Chavav Lidom Adonai Elohai Le'olam Odeka. We turn to page 99. Psukei de Zimra. Baruch Shemar. Baruch Shemar v'haya olam.
Baruch
Baruch Oseh Bereshit.
Baruch Omer v'Yosef.
Baruch Gozer U'Mekayim.
Baruch Merachem al haaretz.
Baruch Merachem al habriot.
Baruch Meshalem Sachar Tov l'Real.
Baruch Chai La'ad B'Kayam Lanetzach. Baruch Rabbi Matzil. Baruch Shemo. Yachid Kelemi Melech Meshach Aret Shmo Gadol. Baruch Atah Adonai. Melech Me'ulal Batishpacho.
Amen.
Turn to page 134 now for Psalm 150. There's always several themes going on in a particular service at the same time. This weekend, I'm sort of spotlighting and highlighting the Jewish camps, most of whom have unfortunately and necessarily decided that they cannot operate this summer. Camp Ramah in Northern California and Southern California has not quite made that decision yet, still trying to see if they can do something at the end of the summer. And so this particular Psalm 150 I associate with Camp Ramah because of the hand motions that they do with the various musical instruments that are named in it. It's on page 134. I'm going to do those motions today. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, El Bekocho. Hallelujah, hallelujah, Berkia Uzo. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, Bigurotav. Hallelujah, hallelujah, Kerov Gulo. Hallelujah, 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 Beteka Shofar. Hallelujah, hallelujah, Benevel Vechinor. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, betofu machor. Hallelujah, hallelujah, beminim ve'ugav. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, betzil tzalei shama. Hallelujah, hallelujah, betzil tzalei trua. Kol hanshamate hallelujah, kol hanshamate hallelujah, kol hanishama te hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol hanishama te hallelujah, hallelujah. Page 143. Nishmat kol chai tivarech et shimcha. 147. Mi yidmei lach, umi yishvei lach, umi yaroch lach. Hayel hagadol gibor v'anara el elyon kol shamayim va'aretz, nehalelcha, unshpecha v'nefe'ercha nevarechet shem kodshecha ka'amur. LeDavid barchi nafshi et Adonai v'chol kravai et shem kodsho. Hayel b'tatzmod uzecha, hagadol b'chvod shemecha, hagibor l'netzach v'nara b'naratecha, Amelech hayoshev al kisei, Ram v'nisa. 149. Shochen ad marom v'kadosh shemo. V'chatuv ranu tzadikim baronai, Le'sharim navat tehila, Lefi yesharim tithalal, U'divrei tzadikim titbarach, U'vishon chasidim titromam, U'kerev keroshim titgadash, U'makalot v'vevot amcha beit Yisrael, V'rin parashim chamakenu b'chol dor v'ador, Sheken chavar koyt shum lefanech Adonai Eloheinu v'le'avotenu, Lehodol le'shabeach, Lefa'er la'remem l'hader, Le'orech la'le'ol kalei sokol divrei shirot v'tishbachot, David ben Yishavdecha meshichecha, Yishtabach shimcha le'ad malkeinu. Berachot lehoda'ot me'ata ve'ad olam, Baruch atah Adonai, El melech gadol v'tishbachot, El ha'oda'ot adon ha'niflot, Habocher b'shirei zimra, Melech elchei ha'olamim.
Amen.
Skipping the Chatzi Kaddish and Baruch Hu without the presence of a physical minion, we turn to page 153 for our creation prayers. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzor v'rei choshech, oseh shalom uvorei et hakol. Hakol yoducha v'hakol yishabchucha v'hakol yomru ein kadosh k'Adonai. Ein ke'erkecha ve'ein zulatecha, efes biltecha umi dome lach. Ein ke'erkecha ve'ein zulatecha, efes biltecha umi dome lach. Ein ke'erkecha Adonai Elohim ba'olam hazeh, ve'ein zulatecha malkin l'chayei olam haba, efes biltecha golenu limot HaMashiach. V'ein domeh lecha Moshiach l'tchiyat hametim. El Adon al kol hamasim baruch, umvorach befi kol neshama, godlo v'tuvo male olam da'at, udvuna sovevimoto, hamid ka'e al chayot ha'kodesh, V'nedar rechavot al hamerkava zechut umishor lifnei chiso chesed v'rachamim lifnei kivodo tovim me'orot shebara Eloheinu yitzaram b'da'at b'vina uv'hazkel koach uv'ura natan ba'em liot moshlim b'kerev tevel Meleim zivum vikim noga na'eziva mecho ha'olam Tzemechim betzetam besasim bevoam Osim ba'em ha'retzon konam Pe'er v'chavod notim lishmot zola verina Lezecher malchuto kara l'shemesh V'nizrach ora'a V'hitim surat alana Shevach notim lo Kol tzivam arom Tiferet ugedula seraphim ve'omanim ve'chayot ha'kodesh shashavat mikol ha'ma'asim. Tibarach Moshino Shechmazi Yadecha V'Omer Shasite Faruch Hasela 159 Tibarach Tzurenu Malkeinu V'Go Aleinu Borei Kiroshim Yishtabach Shimcha Le'ad Malkeinu. וכולם פותחים את פיהם בקדושה ותורה, בשירה ובזמרה מברכים ומשבחים, מפרים ומריצים ומקישים וממלכים, את שם האל המלך הגדול הגיבור הנורא, קדוש הוא. וכולם מקבלים עליהם מלכות שמיים זה מזה, ונותנים רשות זה לזה, להקדיש רצונם ברחת רוח, בספר ונעימה, קדושה כולם כחרונים, ואומרים ביראה, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, לכל הארץ כבודו. וחי הקודש ברעש גדול, מנסים נמת שרפים, נמתם משבחים, ואומרים, ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו, ברוך כבוד יתנו. Page 162, another little Camp Ramah-ish tune for Or Chadash. Or Chadash al Tzion Ta'ir V'nis Kehulanu Mahera Le'oro, oh baby. Or Chadash al Tzion Ta'ir V'nis Kehulanu Mahera Le'oro. Baruch Atah Adonai Yotzer HaMeorot. Baruch Atah Adonai Yotzer HaMeorot. Or Chadash al Tzion Ta'ir V'nis Kehulanu Mahera Le'oro, oh baby. Or Chadash al Tzion Ta'ir V'nis Kehulanu Mahera Le'oro. Page 163. Ava Rabba Avtanu Adonai Eloheinu Chem Lagedol Avitera Chamalta Aleinu Avinu Malkeinu Ba'avur Avoteinu Shebatchu Vecha Avinu Malkeinu Vatilamdim Chukei Chaim Ken techonenu lamdenu Avinu Avarachaman Amrachem Rachem Aleinu Betein Bilibenu Lehavin O Haskil Lishmoa Lilamod Ulilamed Lishmor Velasod Ukayem et kol divrei Talmud Toratecha Ve'ahava Ve'ha'erinenu betoratecha Ve'dabek Beinu v'mitzvotecha Ve'eyached le'evavenu le'ahava U'yirat et shemecha Ve'lo nevosh le'olam va'ed Ve'lo nevosh le'olam va'ed Ki v'shem kodshecha Agadol v'hanara batachnu Nagila v'nismecha b'shuatecha V'avienu l'shalom Ve'arba kanfot haaretz V'tolichenu kol memiur le'artzeinu Ki el bo Yeshuot ata Uvanu v'acharta mikolam v'lashon V'keravtanu l'shimcha hagadol sela be'emet Lehodot lecha uliachedcha be'ahava Baruch Adonai Abocher b'Amo Yisrael be'ahava El melech ne'eman Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבביך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בהם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך על הדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך, ובשעריך ביום. ויאמר להם משה לאמור למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. ודובר תורה קיים ושמו קיים, וחיסון נכון מלכותו מאמונתו ליד קיימת, ודבריו חיים וקיימים. מצ'ת אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, מלכנו מלך אבותינו, גואלנו גואל אבותינו, יוצרנו צור ישועתנו בעודנו מצילנו מעולם שמך, אין אלוהים זולתך, עזרת אבותינו אתה ומעולם. Right, top of page 172, we're going to do emet, emet, emet in Camp Ramah style, which is slightly different from the way we usually do it here. We kind of do a hybrid, so we'll see if I can get this right the way they do it. Where there's a yai-lai in the second line instead of a consistent emet, emet. Emet means true, by the way. Emet, 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 atahu rishon. Emet, emet, yai-lai, emet, atahu acharon. Umi baladecha, woo! Ein lanu melech goel u'Moshiach, umi baladecha, ein lanu melech goel u'Moshiach. Emet, 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 atahu rishon. Emet, emet, la 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 la, emet atahu acharon. Tehillah L'Elyon Baruch Umvorach Moshe v'nei Yisrael chanu shira b'simcha rabah ve'amru kulam mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh norat ilot osef eleh Shira chadasha shivku ge'ulim leshimcha al sfat ayam yachad kulam hodu v'himlichu ve'amru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed Tzur Yisrael kuma be'ezrat Yisrael uvdechinu mecha Yehuda ve'Yisrael Gohalenu Adonai Tzvot Shemo Kedosh Yisrael Baruch Atah Adonai Gal Yisrael. Silent Amidah only without the presence of a physical minion, page 175 through 192. All right, in a moment we're going to do a Torah reading. There was a question asked last week on the live YouTube stream, I think by our member Sam Tobin. Why don't we open the Ark? Well, how we do the Torah service without the presence of a physical minyan there's no real rhyme or reason to it, to be honest, right? When you don't have a minyan, you don't actually do a full Torah service. There's no aliyah. To even take out the Torah at all, right? You don't do a proper Torah reading, that is for certain. So whether we go up and open the Ark, whether we say all the prayers that lead to the Torah reading, there's a Shema, etc., those are all kind of optional at this point. And so rather than have the camera go to blank space while we get the Torah, what I've been doing is I've been taking it out earlier because, again, the actual Torah demands a minyan, and it's if we're going to Mount Sinai and receiving it once again. But without that, we do just sort of this weird hybrid. So that might not be a satisfying answer, but that is your answer and why we're doing the Torah service in this sort of strange way that we are. So we're going to invite Susan Simon to come up. We're going to switch places, and she's going to lead the Torah service and read some Torah.
Thank you, Rabbi Yasher Koach.
Okay.
Page 195. Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai v'en k'maasecha malchutecha malchut kol olamim u'memshaltecha b'chol dor v'ador Adonai melech Adonai malach Adonai yimloch Le'olam va'ed Adonai oz li'amo yiten Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom Av ha'rachamim etiva v'irtzoncha et Zion tivneh chomot Yerushalayim Tivneh chomot Yerushalayim Ki vecha levad batachnu Melech el ram v'nisa Adon olamim. And imagine us opening the Ark. Vayhi bin so Aharon Vayomer Moshe Kuma Adonai V'yafutzu oivecha V'yanusu misanecha Mipanecha Ki mitzion Tetzeh Torah Ki mitzion Tetzeh Torah Udvar Adonai Mirushalayim Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah Li'amo Yisrael B'Kedushato. Page 198. Bebe anarachetz Belishme Kadisha Kadisha Yakira Ana Emar Dushbechan Yeherava Kodamach Detiftach Libi Bioraita Vitashlin Mishalin Delibi V'liba dechol amach Yisrael Letavu lechayin V'lishlam Amen. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo.
Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo.
Gadlu l'Adonai iti, u'niro bima shemo yachtav. Lecha Adonai hagedula, hagibura, v'hatiferet, v'hanetzach, v'hahod. Ki chol b'shamayim u'varetz, ki chol b'shamayim u'varetz. Lecha Adonai hamamlacha, v'hamitnaseh l'chol l'rosh.
So as Susan's about to read, I realized I forgot to introduce the Torah portion properly. It's on page 717 in your Eitz Chaim Chumash. It's Leviticus chapter 21, and it is primarily about the rules of the priesthood and whether or not how the priests can function. And so it starts with what they're allowed to do in terms of death. In fact, they cannot come into contact with corpses at all, unless it's for their own immediate family, the 7 mourning relatives, which include the spouse, father, mother, sister, brother, son, or daughter. And then it talks about who is fit to serve as a priest, and they can't have any moral or even physical defects to make sacrificial offerings, right? One arm can't be longer than the other. They can't have any blemishes on their skin, and they can't marry divorcees or converts. I mean, and then there's behavioral things too. So it's very interesting on the one hand. On the other hand, for a modern reader, it's very difficult because it seems that nobody can be this perfect, and we don't consider physical imperfections as anything wrong. And so there's a sort of interplay between physical and ritual purity. They're not quite the same thing, but I have to acknowledge that it's very difficult to relate to. I also forgot to mention, and I imagine Susan will say the same thing, a big mazel tov to Naomi Cottle, whose bat mitzvah was to be today. It's going to be rescheduled. She'd be reading the Torah today, as would members of her family, coming from, certainly from Tennessee and Illinois, but many other places across the nation as well.
Thank you, Rabbi. And yes, a big shout out to Naomi and her family. I was really looking forward to this and miss you guys. Before I read the Torah, so we're starting on page 717 in the Eitz Chaim Chumash, and there is one of those weird anomalies in this. If you look in the Eitz Chaim, I should really have my glasses on, at the top of page 718, verse 5, you'll see that there's the word lo, and then there are some letters without some vowels, and then there's another word with vowels that looks somewhat similar. So in the Torah, there are scribal errors, right? One person copying, and sometimes you don't realize that you've made a mistake. And this is one of those. So in the Torah, it's actually going to look like those teeny little letters, rather than, the letters aren't small, but it's going to be those letters rather than what you're actually supposed to read aloud. And if you're looking in the Ketav Tikkun, it gives you different letters, different vowel pointings than it does in the Eitz Chaim. So if you want to find that, that's on page 138. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe, Emor el HaKohanim b'nei Aharon, v'amarta alehem, lenefesh lo yitama b'amav. Ki im lishero hakarov elav, le'imo u'la'aviv, Ulivno, ulivito, ulachiv, vela'achoto, habetula, hakrova, elav, asher lo hayata, leish, layin tamah, lo yitama ba'al ba'amav lehechalo, lo yikrechu korcha b'rosham, uv'atzakanam lo yigalechu, uvivsaram lo yisratu saratet. Kedoshim yehiyu le'Eloheim, v'lo yichalelu Shem Eloheim, ki et Ishe Adonai lechem Eloheim, hem makrivim v'hayu kodesh. And a Yasher Koach to Darren Cottle, who was all prepared to read that today.
Koach to Susan.
You're imagining in your minds right now that I am strong enough to do a proper Hagbah. I am not. V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei b'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. Rabbi, if I dropped the Torah when we have a virtual minyan, who would have to fast?
Yeah, so I've been thinking about that. It's unclear, right? Would it just be the two of us who are in this room? Or would anyone watching be eligible for that fast?
Feel free to email us with your analysis.
Okay, so there's a page.
Misha Barracks?
I'll do it.
Okay.
735.
Oh, heavens, I forgot. Okay. Is it in here? We need the big print book.
We're going to get the Haftarah for you in just a moment, hopefully.
Or I'll get my glasses and do it from the Chumash. Sorry, I forgot all about the Haftarah that Naomi worked so hard on. All right, here we go.
I have it.
You have it? Woohoo.
All right, so since I'm here anyway, Haftarah Amor, Ezekiel, I think it's chapter 44. And actually, I can, yeah, it's Ezekiel chapter 44. I'll get you the page in a minute. It is the obscure priestly regulations, paralleling the priestly regulations in the Torah, and it only earns a 2-star for me. It's very technical. Not my favorite Haftarah, but still, there's always important symbolic meaning, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit as part of my drash today. Get to the page. 735.
735. V'hakohanim havim b'nei tzadok asher shamru et mishmeret mikdashi v'od b'nei Yisrael me'alai hema יקרבו אליי לשרתני ועמדו לפניי להקריב לי חלב אדם נאום אדוני אלוהים המה יבואו אל מקדשי והמה יקרבו אל שולחני לשרתני ושמרו את משמרתי והיה בבואם אל שערי החצר הפנימית בגדי פשתים ילבשו ולא יעלה עליהם סמר בשעתם בשערי החצר הפנימית והביתה. פרי פשתים יהיו על ראשם, ומכנסי פשתים יהיו על מותניהם, לא יחגרו ביעזב. ובשאתם אל החצר החיצונה, אל החצר החיצונה, אל העם יפשטו את בגדיהם אשר המה משרתים בם, והניחו אותם בלשכות הקודש, ולבשו בגדים אחרים, ולא יקדשו את העם בבגדיהם. בראשם לא יגלחו, ופרע לא ישלחו, כסום ישמו את ראשיהם, ויין לא ישתו כל כהן בבואם אל החצר הפנימית, ואלמנה וגרושה לא ייקחו להם לנשים, כי אם בתולות מזרע בית ישראל, והאלמנה אשר תהיה אלמנה מכהן ייקחו. ברוך תהיה.
And before I return, Susan will sing us out with Eitz Chaim He.
All right. Eitz Chaim He למחזיקים בה ותומכיה מאושר דרכיה דרכי נועם וכל נתיבותיה שלום. השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובה, חדש חדש ימינו, חדש ימינו כקדם. And in Camp Ramah's honor, hee-haw! Eitz Chaim He למחזיקים בה ותומכה מאושר. Eitz Chaim He למחזיקים בה ותומכה מאושר. שלום 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 Shalom.
Thank you, Susan. And as they would also say at Camp Ramah, this is the Yasher Koach song. It isn't very long. Woo! So little Misha Berach. Torah's put away, but it's still behind me, so we're going to recite Misha Berach for the sick, those we're thinking of at this time in our community, and friends of those in our community include Scott Lawrence, Shoshana bat Shulamit Leah, Dalia bat Razel, Azan Shlomo Natan ben Nechama, Sima Sar bat Mariam Chana, Charles Sims, Barbara Rose, Dorothy Ottman Carlton, Esther bat Heike, Rivka Blum bat Chava, Tobit bat Sarah, Yehudit bat Shulamit, Tzvi ben Fega, Amir ben Zila, Linda Don, Chana bat Cyril, Moshe ben Shlomo HaKohen Babela, Simcha Simantov, Yitzchak ben Rachel, Etotova bat Sima, Lou Burrow, Dvorah bat Avraham Basara, Abby Faber, Zachari ben Devorah, Yehoshua ben Shoshana, Chana Rivka bat Tova, Leah, Marion Marks. And if you want to say now any other names that you're thinking of to add to our prayers for the sick.
Zalman ben Baruch.
Mi sheberach Avotenu Bekor Abraha Limotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu Mekor Abraha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. I also want to add the Reverend Karen Stepko to our prayers for the sick as well. I had the opportunity to participate in an interfaith healing service for her this week. My minister friend in Canada, and well, it was mostly interfaith because I was there. Otherwise, it was mostly Christian, a group of clergy, many of her classmates. But we're all thinking of Karen and wishing her refuah shlema, a healing of body and soul. Prayer for the state of Israel. I'm going to be reading. It is on page 224. Our Av that is in heaven, Rock of Israel and its Redeemer, bless the state of Israel, the first flowering of our redemption. Shield her with the wings of your loving kindness, spread over her the shelter of your peace. Send your light and your truth to her heads of state, her ministers and her advisors. Restore them with good counsel. Before you, strengthen the hands of those who defend your holy land, bequeath to them our God's salvation. Adorn them with a crown of triumph, and grant peace in the land and eternal joy to its inhabitants. And let us say, Amen. Okay, so this time I'm going to give a sermon, and it is called BBYO, Death and Invisible Lines of Connection. So I want to start out with a couple of acknowledgments about this particular parsha, about this Torah portion. The first is it's not my favorite. It can be very difficult to relate to for anyone, and that includes me, because it's both obscure in terms of its regulations about the priests, and it's very elitist, right? I don't necessarily want to believe that those who had physical blemishes would not be allowed to serve. And so it's difficult for me to both comprehend and appreciate. But the second acknowledgement, after I acknowledge how difficult it is in this Torah portion, is to acknowledge that we don't know everything, and sometimes we really don't know anything. Because 3 months ago, I could have told you the same thing about Tazria Metzora, the portions about leprosy and various discharges. Couldn't relate to them. Most modern Jews could not relate to them. And yet, in the presence of coronavirus, of COVID-19, I think many of us finally understood the way that they related to anything that seemed and often was frightening, scary, deadly. And so I have a new appreciation for new understanding for that particular parsha, those parshiot, Tazria Metzora. And one day, I have a feeling I'll appreciate even more. I will get it in ways that perhaps I don't today. The third acknowledgement, although parts of it I don't get, it did speak to me personally this week, because it opens by talking about the way that priests have to deal with the dead. And this past week was a week that I was dealing in many ways with death. 2 people, last couple weeks really, 2 amazing women, one at the beginning of her adulthood, Hannah Rubin, and one at the end of a life of 96 plus years, and that is Shirley Silver. This week was the funeral of Hannah, and it meant that I was dealing with death and Shiva and sadness and tragedy. And here it was, these regulations about death. And essentially the idea in the Torah portion is the priests cannot come into contact with the dead except for the 7 mourning relatives: father, mother, sister, brother, son, daughter, or spouse, right? Those are the only ones that they are allowed to come into contact with. And in fact, Kohanim, those who follow the traditional rules of Kohanim, that is still the case, right? We don't offer any sacrifices anymore. Those rules don't apply. But the ones about corpses and death do. And so people like Leonard Fixler of blessed memory, when he would go to a funeral, he would actually sit in his car outside the cemetery. He wasn't allowed in. And interestingly enough, with today's funerals, we are actually all following the rules of Kohanim, right? Only immediate family is allowed into the funeral. So in a way, we are following those rules. So that's sort of the third acknowledgement. It did speak to me because at least it's subject matter. So on the one hand, not my favorite parsha. On the other hand, because of Tazria Metzor and COVID-19, maybe one day it will. And number 3, it kind of did just because of the subject matter of death. Now I'm going to completely pivot, and I promise it will all connect. But now I want to talk about connections, invisible and visible lines of connections. Rabbi Lawrence Kushner wrote a wonderful book. It's probably 20, 25 years old, called Invisible Lines of Connection. And it talks about the way that humans are connected to one another in unexpected ways and the way humans are connected to God in unexpected ways. We can't always see them, and when they become revealed, it's fascinating and amazing, and we can sense God's presence. I also like regular human connections, particularly in the Jewish community. In fact, Jewish geography is my favorite game, right? When you run into somebody, you meet them, and you ask them who they know from a particular area, and you can almost always find very few degrees of separation. I'm not bragging, but I am bragging. I'm particularly good at this game, and so is my whole family, right? Someone will tell me, sometimes I'll even guess who the person is if I've never met them, or who they are related to. My sons are starting to outpace me in this game. Or last summer in Israel, as we were walking the streets of Jerusalem, it used to be every few feet I would run into someone I know. Now my son Micah runs into someone he knows every few feet. But we excel at this game of Jewish geography, and we love it. And a lot of my Jewish geography expertise comes from the time I spent as a teen and as a staff member and volunteer in BBYO. It used to be B'nai B'rith Youth Organization. Now it's its own entity. But a lot of connections that I've forged across the country and even the world through BBYO. Often when we get a guest speaker here at Temple of Abraham, and someone will say, "How did you get this guy?" And Elizabeth Sims, who is a regular member here, will shout, "He must have known him in BBYO." And that is, in fact, often the case. So now I want to get back to the death and the Shivas, because this past week we had a virtual Shiva for Hannah Rubin, and it was of great comfort to Joan and Rick and Mayan, and for their friends and Hannah's friends from all over to see and be seen was of great comfort to them. I'm running this Shiva service, and I'm scanning through the people, and I recognize a name. Okay, the name is Macy Kiselinsky. Now, that name won't mean much to you or any of you, but how many Macy Kiselinskys can there be there in this world, right? And so, we're on the Shiva call, but there is that private chat thing that you do in Zoom, right? And so you can communicate with someone even in the middle of the Shiva. And I debated, well, the problem is the Rubens are going to see this later, right? They're going to see that I'm having this private conversation with somebody. So I immediately asked this guy, "Are you from Pittsburgh?" And he says, "Yes, how'd you know?" And I said, I think I knew you back in 1982 in BBYO when we spent the summer together at B'nai B'rith Perelman Camp, ILTC International Leadership Training Conference in Starlight, Pennsylvania. And I'm pretty sure I knew you then. Now, you also have to understand that I have an elephant memory for things that happened before the year 2000. I remember many more people than remember me. I remember things about them that I try not to say for the fact that I can scare them. But I just remember all these things. So, and indeed it was Macy Kiselinsky. It was the same guy that I knew or sort of knew. And we continued the conversation offline later through an exchange of emails. And it was nice to reconnect with someone, even someone who was just an acquaintance. And this happened because of a death, right? Because of a Shiva, somehow human beings were able to reconnect with each other. And in a way, that's God's presence. Now, that's just one of the two stories I'm going to tell. The other one is longer and more complex. I hope you can follow it. I hope I tell it in a way in which you can follow it. And before I get there, I just also want to say, I want to remind us, 1982, ILTC, Starlight, Pennsylvania. And I have these fantasies that I sometimes that run through my head. And I imagine that I have a time machine and I could go back and I can say to certain people, this is what's going to happen in the future. So I would say to Macy and another young man named Jeff Becker, who was actually a very good friend of mine, and we're imagining it's the last night of camp, and everybody's, swaying and singing the songs and crying, and never going to see each other again. And I would say something to them like, in the year 2020, we're all going to connect in these weird ways. It's not going to be a happy time. There's going to be this pandemic, right? I mean, just imagine this. But I promise, we're going to reconnect. So this is a little bit about Jeff Becker. But it's not really about Jeff Becker. It's actually about a kid named Robert Roseman. Okay, so I know, I told you, it's complicated. It's going to be hard to follow. So Robert Roseman is in college now. He's at American University, and he's from Dallas, Texas. For the last several years, I had worked teaching Judaism at a different summer camp, one in Monaco, Wisconsin, and Robert Roseman was one of the participants. I remember many of them, not as many as I used to, right, in before 2000, but I remember many of them. I remember him in particular because I caught him doing some very teenage things, right, and we became friendly because I was nice about it. And, teenagers are teenagers. So anyway, that was sort of the beginning of our connection, but we became friends on Facebook. About 2 months ago, just before COVID, he posted that his best friend, a young man named Alec Becker, took his own life. A few hours later, I read from my friend Jeff Becker from Starlight, Pennsylvania, Perlman Camp, 1982, that his son, Alec Becker, took his own life. And I didn't know that Robert knew him. I didn't know that Jeffrey knew him. I mean, I knew that Jeffrey knew his son, but I didn't know that Jeffrey knew Robert or any of this connection. And I was able to reconnect with Jeffrey again, offer some comfort, although when I talked to him, I'm not sure who was comforting whom, to be honest, but able to forge that connection at a time of great pain and difficulty. That's not the end of the story, however. A little over a week ago, Robert Roseman posted once again that his grandfather died. His grandfather, Rabbi Ken Roseman. I didn't know that the kid I caught doing very teenage things had a grandfather that was a rabbi. I didn't know Rabbi Ken Roseman from Dallas, Texas, but we corresponded back in 1987. When I did my master's thesis at Northwestern University in the Communication Studies program, my master's thesis was on the rhetoric of contemporary American sermons. And I wrote to rabbis in 4 different cities, New York, San Francisco, Chicago, and Dallas, trying to get a cross-section of the country. And I asked them to send me their sermons from a particular weekend. Only one from Dallas replied. It was Rabbi Ken Roseman. Of course, I sent them cassette tapes if they wanted to record it, or a transcript, whatever it was, and self-addressed stamped envelopes. Rabbi Ken Roseman replied, I found my thesis on my shelves in my office. It's called An Ethical Rhetoric, Conceptions of Audience Ethos and Jewish Ethos in 7 Contemporary American Jewish Sermons. Right? Bizarre title, whatever, that's what theses are like. I found Rabbi Roseman's sermon, scanned it, and I sent it to his grandson to help him have another way to remember the impact that his grandfather had. Now, we could say, these are Twilight Zone stories. We could also say, they're no big deal. You work in a Jewish community. You meet all kinds of Jewish people. They're bound to know each other. They're bound to be connected. But I believe these are invisible lines of connection where God's presence is illuminated through human beings and offering comfort and friendship to human beings. And I would go beyond that even to a concept called Gilgul, which literally means going round and round, but it refers to a place that is the transmigration of souls. When we die, our bodies go into the ground. But what happens to the soul? Well, there is a conception in Kabbalah, in the Jewish mystical tradition, which says that the souls go to Gilgul, and they commune there, these dead souls, but they're not the only souls there. There's the souls of those who have not yet been born, the souls of those who have died, and even the souls of the living when they dream. Because according to the Talmud, when we dream, when we sleep, it's 1/60th of death, and maybe that's what it means. So imagine this soul bar where living dreamers, unborn souls, and souls which have died are all communing together. They're all talking. And when you wake up in the morning, you feel like you've talked to somebody that you either didn't know or that you used to know who is no longer with us. Well, that is Gilgul. That is the souls reaching out to one another. That is the invisible lines of connection becoming visible. Alec Becker and Hannah Rubin, their souls are in Gilgul. They live on, but not only in our memories, and not only in our hearts, but also in their enduring ability forever to continue to love and to be loved. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Yasher Koach.
Going to continue the service now, but the continuation of the service is the Musaf, which is the Amidah, which is done silently, and we don't open it with the Chatzi Kaddish. So we turn to page 241 and we recite the Amidah to ourselves. Ose shalom bimromav, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imeru amen. Ose shalom bimromav, yatse shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. All right, we're now going to go right to Ein Keloheinu. If you have a moment to get your kids to come sing along, maybe get them a treat. I'm going to go get myself a treat to show you. And here we go, page 261. Ein Keloheinu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemalkeinu, Ein Kemoshienu, Mi Keloheinu, Mi Kadonenu, Mi Kemalkeinu, Mi Kemoshienu. No del Eloheinu, no del Adonenu, no del Malkeinu, no del Moshienu. Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu. Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu. Atahu Shiktiru Avotenu, Lefanecha Ekatoret Hasamim. Aleinu, page 263. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'ateit gedula leotzer v'reishit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo samtel kenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu horim, u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech, Malchei Malachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shebunotei Shamayim ve'yotzei haaretz, u'Moshe v'yikaro b'shamayim mima'al, u'shchinatu zo begavei meromim, u'Eloheinu eino, emet malkeinu et vezulato, Kakatu betorato, v'yatata hayom behashivota, elevavecha, ki Adonai hu Elohim, b'shamayim ima'al, v'ya'aretz mitachat, ein od. Kakatu b'tortecha Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai v'melech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. This time, we recall those whose yortzites, the anniversary of their deaths, occur during the coming week. Thinking especially today of Irene Ballant, Leslie Berger, Helen Bromberg, Seth Koltoff, James Kraft, Elaine Ehrenkrantz, Clarice Akrish Fanning, Jack Fass, Betty Gittimer, Harry Gluckman, Dorothy Goldberg, Annie Grutman, David Harris, Robert Hyman, Gussie Castles, Eunice Kelly, Olga Kjelsberg, Samuel Lichtenstein, Farangis Francis Nur Omid, Irving Podolsky, Alan Pressman, Gloria Reed, Arnold Rosenthal, Samuel Schecht, Bernard Schreiberg, Rebecca Schulman, Rose Schwartz, Charles Silverstein, Charles Silver, Gertrude Weiss, Manuel Wasserman, Chassida Sita Wittenberg, Pauline Zankut. We're in the Shloshim, the 30-day mourning period for Art Rosenberg, Fran Weiner, Al Gjovig, Shirley Silver, and we are in the Shiva for Hannah Rubin, daughter of Rick and Joan Rubin, sister of Mayan Rubin, and our thoughts continue to be with their family at this time. We ask all those who are in mourning, anyone on your screens who wishes to join with me in the Mourner's Kaddish. It will be now on page 267. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'alma divrach Cherutei v'yamlich Malchutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chedechol Beit Yisrael. Bagalal bizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam olamei almaya. Yitbarach v'ishtabach yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'itadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal. Shemei dekutsha barichu. La'ela min kol berchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Damiran v'alma v'imru.
Amen.
Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'imrama. Uyaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Zichronam livracha, may the people that you're thinking of today be a blessing to you always. Amen.
Amen.
All right, some announcements. Once again, Mazel Tov to Naomi Cottle, Lindsay Cottle, Darren and Marnie Cottle on this weekend of Naomi's scheduled bat mitzvah, and I can't wait to figure out when we're going to reschedule it. Tonight, Havdalah will be streamed from my home. I will be playing some songs in addition to the Havdalah ones that one associated with each of the main camps that I song-led, which includes BBYO's Perlman program and Camp Swig, now Camp Newman, and Camp Tawanga. So that will be tonight, Havdalah. We will have Minyan on Monday and Thursday at 8 a.m. If you happen to be associated with our religious school, we're having an end of religious school celebration on a Tuesday, is that right?
Tuesday the 19th.
Oh, so a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Tuesday the 19th. And on Sunday, May 31st, I think it is, we're gonna have an auction to support our schools.
Woo-hoo!
An online, mostly silent auction, but it's also a celebration, a Zoom, a called celebration in about our schools and the things that have been going on there, and in our Beit Sefer, and of course our Gan Avraham preschool. So hope you all come to that. And I think that is it for now. All right, I'm going to do Adon Olam on page 269. Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra li'asa v'chefsa kol azamelech shemo nikra v'yacharei kiklot hakol livado yimloch nara v'hu haya v'hu hoveh v'hu yiyeh b'tifara v'hu echad v'ein sheni l'hamshilo l'hachbira v'li reshit v'li tachlit v'oz v'hamisra v'hu eli v'chagor li v'tzorchev li v'etzara v'hu nisi umanos li menakosi v'yom ekra Beyado av kiruchi, etishan v'ya'ira, v'imruchi geviyati, Adonai li, velo ira. Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.